Let's talk a little bit about my experiences and where I came from and to where I am today and how I may be able to help you. So, of course, I am Allan Clarke and my background is nursing. So, I came from Jamaica back in 2007 and my first desire is to become a real estate agent. Fast forward, I had to go to nursing because 2007, 2008, the market was demolished. And if I knew at that time, this is one of the moments that I said, if I knew, if I had known. You know that? If me did know. In Jamaica, we said, if me did know. So if I had known that, that was the best time for me to actually venture into this business called real estate, because I would have learned so much through that downtime. Because to be honest with you, we are almost at that point today. So if you're a brand new agent, I think you're in real estate the best time, because this time is going to test you. This time is the time you're going to figure out, hey, is there a God or not? Because your faith is dangling because of what's happening in the markets today. We are facing what we describe, or what data would describe as, the 20-year depression. So every 20 years, this real estate industry is often go through this cycle. So you're in the right time when this is the pressured time. I must say this, like, the statistics among real estate agents and their production is very, very alarming in a negative way. Because, oh my God, can you imagine? That's a big deal. So how are we surviving? It's the fittest of the fittest. They shall survive. You know, I've often said it. This is like a dog-eat-dog world. Just a mild state. However, if you have the right guidance, the right tools, the right vehicle, you can make it in this industry. You just have to do not focus on the negatives. Stay positive. Be with a person who will hold you accountable. And not only holding you accountable, you have to hold yourself accountable, or give that person full autonomy to hold you accountable. So here's where I come in. I'm a mentor. I will not stand here and tell you that I'm a mega agent. I make millions in real estate and all of that good glory stuff, like what you might be seeing on the internet with many other agents that project themselves to be that mega agent. I'm not that agent. I am not that mega agent. But one thing for sure, I can tell you, I am like your high school teacher. The teacher that's going to take you and get you ready for the real world. Because getting your real estate licenses, that's just the first part of it. That has nothing to do with real estate. Of course, the state license, it's one of a big challenge in order to pass that test. I've been there. I failed twice before I was able to pass. And just like my nursing licenses prior, I failed the nursing NCLEX twice also. So I guess twice is a charm for me, you know. But listen, it is a challenging field. It was challenging to get in past the boards. It is challenging to venture into the real world. But like I said, I'm like your high school teacher. I'm going to get you prepared so you can go into the real world. The good news is that we have EXP University. So if I'm your high school teacher, I'm going to get you prepped for the university. I'm just looking at it that way. So we have all the tools, all the necessary tools to help you to succeed in this industry. The only thing is required is for you to make a commitment to yourself, to your goals, to your dreams, and aspire to be the greatest you can. The only competition in this man's world is you when it comes to real estate. It's your business. It's your efforts. It's your time. It's your goals. It's your dreams. You're working for you. You're working for your family. You have to always remember why. Why did you go for this license? Remember, this is not a TV show anymore when you start working real estate. It is not all those glory moments where, okay, now I have my licenses. I tell everybody that I have my licenses, and then I'm going to be selling real estate. Bam! I'm going to be getting homes to sell. I'm just going to show some homes, and then I get that check, and bam, bam, bam to the bank. No, it doesn't work that way. Can I share an experience with you? And I've often said this after that experience. I used to, be honest, like when I started my real estate career earlier, I used to actually be looking at the check. If I put a house on a contract, I'm starting to count the money. What am I going to do with the money? How many credit cards I'm going to pay down? What vacation I should be taking? What I'm going to do with the money? But I had a wake-up call earlier this year with a transaction. And I remember it was the smoothest transaction. It was a VA loan. It was a no-challenge loan. The buyer was highly qualified, totally over qualified for that loan. And we went into contract on this home. Everything went well. We had only one thing that we had to correct, and it was the air conditioning unit. It was leaking. So we figured that out, and we had the seller fix the air conditioning unit. Then we moving forward now to closing. So moving forward to closing, we were just waiting on closing day. 3 days before closing, I get a message from the seller agent that the seller no longer interested in going to closing. She no longer interested in selling her home. So I said, what? How can this be? A seller can back out that time when they already under contract, close to closing table? So remember, I'm going to have to deliver this message to my buyer who is so anxiously looking towards moving into his new home. Just like any other buyer, they are ready to get into that home. And it's funny that, or not even funny, I spoke with the buyer and he said, I want my home. I want my home. They're going to have to move. I said, yeah, we're going to work on that. We're going to work on that and see how it turns out, Just hope that she changed her mind and turn up at closing, We have 2 more days, so let's see what happens. Second day pass, back and forth conversations. No, not budging. So we got advice from a broker and an attorney, and we went forward, said, go through the process, do your part, do your due diligence, go to closing, sign the documents. But when we got to closing that day, when we got to the title's office, the seller already signed the document trying to get a release from the contract. So it was a release document she signed. For us to come, when we got there, we should just sign the release form and understand that she changed her mind, not selling her home, so we could just sign a release form and go back our merry ways. Of course, there was not a lot of money on the table, but it was money, and because it was a VA loan, there was not much down payment there. So we talked about it. The seller and his wife. I mean, oh my God. I have pictures of them. I don't think they even know that I have pictures of them at that closing table. Their head was down. They were down. And not talking, forget about them being down. I felt bad for them. But my check is not going to come today. I was pissed internally. I couldn't even, I couldn't express that because, of course, my thing all the time, every time doing real estate, I've always said that I'm not in this for the money. You know, no, don't get me wrong. No, don't mistake in there. I work for the money, but my goal is to always take care of my customers, my clients, you know, give them the highest level of service. And I know that the money should be the byproduct. This time around, I was very disappointed because I've done everything that I had to do, that I need to do as an agent, as a facilitator of a transaction, and this is the result. I said, oh my God, I was stressed. Honestly, we talked about it, and he said, let me just, my buyer said that, let's just sit on it. And we talked, we were in communication with an attorney at the time, you know, and the communication kind of watered down with the attorney. So he called me one day and said, Allan, you know what? That house may not be for me. You know, because we talked about this topic also. You know, before I actually brought it up to him. I said sometimes, you know, we don't even want to get into that house because of the energy that we're gonna have to fight somebody to get out. That's kind of weird, you know. So we talked about it, and he came back to me afterwards, and he said, you know what, Allan, let's go back into the market. I'll sign the release form. And I got the release form together and I had him signed it. And we move forward. The good news is, he is now, that house that we had a contract in, that a lady was selling, that house was a 2006 home. 2006. And now he's in a home, which is a 2021 home. That was 45 days after. He was into that home with 2021 with a warranty still on it. I was so happy for him, man. We all are so happy. We get together like as often as possible, and we will talk about it sometimes, you know. But that was the experience. That was a bad experience, and that experience taught me that you cannot be in this game with the money at the forefront of your mind. You have to offer your best service because that check is a promise. And it's a promise. It's never guaranteed until you get to that closing table. So we've been in this illusion when we were out there not being an agent as yet. We see all of the glory moments. Well, I'm here to tell you. That's why I said I'm not going to script this one. I just want to be candid with you to let you understand that this business is a tough business. It is a challenge business, but it is one of the businesses that you can get into. And if you find that grit to actually make that launch into the higher possibilities of scoring high in real estate, it is a win-win. I can tell you that, you know, but it's a very minute percentage of persons who sits at the top of that financial ladder as relates to real estate. And those people, they work hard. Working hard, let me say, they both work hard and smart because that's the real game. So again, I'll go back to say, it's highly recommended if you are a new agent, get a mentor. I'm just saying this. You do not have to get me. It would be nice if you find that I'm a good fit for you. I'd be more than happy to work with you because I'm going to be candid just as I am with this real estate business. You have to be, because if you're not real with the persons that you're mentees as a mentor, if they're not candid with that mentee, you will struggle because you're gonna still in that ship of illusion. And you cannot be in an illusional state or a delusional state and do well in real estate. You have to be very practical. You have to remove every emotion away. You have to raise your awareness and your positive mindset. Mindset is one of the, again, I can just step back and say this real quick. Mindset is the biggest cause of failure rate in real estate. Mindset, believe it or not. Because if you're not in that highest state of mindset, this business will kick your butt. You're gonna face some rejections you've never faced before. If you're that person who everything used to come to you like bop, 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 and you say, let me have that, and you get it, this is gonna be crazy. Because that's gonna take a total reset of your mind to understand that this business is something that you're gonna have to work very hard, very diligently, and sometimes creatively to make sure that, to make it in this game. But if you have a good mentor, like myself, I highly recommend that you talk to me and let's have a conversation. And if you think that, if you find that I am the right person for you, one thing I can tell you that I can provide you all the tools, all the necessary support, the systems to make you successful if you so desire. So I say, if you're one of those persons who are brand new and looking to find a mentor, or if you're an agent out there or with another brokerage and just thinking of making a change to kind of amp up your business, make better for yourself, we can also have a conversation. There's a place for you, because this, I can tell you, we have systems in place like no other does. That's just a fact. I can't even say it no other way. So I'm here to support you. And of course, if you're a seasoned agent, we all want to be each other's keeper. We want to be each other's accountability partner, because sometimes that's what we need. We need that person to just say, hey, remember, we got this to be done, bro. We got to get this done. We got to get this done, sis. Come on, let's do it. Because we all need that. I need that sometimes myself. So I totally get it. And if you're looking for support, I'm going to be here for you. So it's a challenging world, but it can be some glorious moments. So let's talk. I'll catch you on the other side. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you may share with an agent that you think may need that support, that would be great. But please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the other side.